The horror comedy Founders Day, it is a disappointing film to say the least. To be honest here, y'all, I did not like this movie. It's atrocious. The acting is over the top. And quite frankly, the story is just a huge dumpster fire. One of my questions I have about this one is, who wrote this nonsense? Seriously, I heard about the negative reviews that this movie was getting, so I decided to check it out just to see how bad it was. And my goodness, this is, without question, one of the worst movies I have seen recently. So the story of this one is that there's a mass killer going around. His weapon of choice is a gavel. And so the people of this small town has to figure out who it is. I literally wanted to walk out of this movie after about 15 minutes. The horrible acting, the terrible characterization. In fact, some of these characters start to act cartoony near the end. I'm like, really? It makes for a film that is not funny nor fun. Like, I didn't even laugh once at this one because going into this, I was expecting to be laughing quite a bit. But seeing these characters act this way just makes the film uninteresting in my opinion. At the end of the day, I'm never watching this movie ever again. It is an outright disaster. It's rather predictable, and it's just a bore fest throughout its hour and 46-minute runtime. Now, when it comes to the characters, they're all forgetful, to be honest. Like, for example, Allison. Apparently, she's supposed to be the main girl of this film, but this movie barely follows her. It switches between different characters. The actor that played her, Naomi Grace, she didn't do that great of a job when it came to the acting. In fact, all the acting in this film is over the top. This whole nonsensical thing just didn't work for this movie. And not just that, but there's a character in this film. I can't remember his name, but I call him Discount Dewey. Why is that? Well, because the guy tries too hard. He's not like Dewey from the Scream franchise. He just reminded me because of that mustache. And, just seeing all of this nonsense go on, like this movie tried to be too much to be like a spoof, comedy. Those spoof horror films that came out in the early 2000s, like, Scary Movie. It's not like that per se, but a lot of this film does go to the ridiculous factor. I will say the reveal at the end is something, but by that point, it's too little too late. There's nothing good about it, and I was just thankful when it was finally over. Do yourself a favor, if you haven't seen this film, skip this one because it certainly is not worth the time. I'm giving this film a 3 out of 10. Despite its short runtime, this movie felt like an hour longer watching just because it's an underwhelming mess that doesn't do anything noteworthy or entertaining for that matter. And I get this is supposed to be a cheesy slasher film, but when there is poorly written characters and an awful story, then the whole movie is quite forgettable, to be honest. And that's my review of Founders Day. Okay, leave your comments down below in the section and let me know what you think about this movie if you have seen it. Alright, this is Slim Guy 172 saying peace out.